This program is part of the Far South Border North initiative by the City of San Diego in partnership with regional collaborators, funded in part by the California Arts Council and the Conrad Previs Foundation. Hello and welcome to Food for Life. I'm your host, Cathlyn Choi. We often don't consider the Native Americans who were the original stewards of these lands for thousands of years, long before there was even a San Diego. Today, their culture and heritage is being preserved for the next generations by the San Diego American Indian Health Center. In addition to providing vital healthcare services to their community, the Health Center offers youth education and cultural events, including cooking classes featuring Native American foods and recipes. That and more coming up next on Food for Life. Let's meet the dedicated staff at San Diego American Indian Health Center who are committed to preserving and promoting Native American culture through youth-focused programs and community events while offering their health services to other communities. Collectively, the center's programs, including their nutrition and wellness programs, aim to foster better healthcare equity and inclusion, while cultivating a better sense of identity and pride for Native American youth throughout our county.
So San Diego American Indian Health Center, we serve underserved and very multicultural population. And we're very proud we provide comprehensive medical, dental, behavioral, and we also do a lot of wellness programs, which includes diet and nutrition for preventative care. So I'm Kevin LaChapelle. I'm very proud to serve as the CEO for this organization for about 4.5 years. This is probably the most amazing job I've ever had because of fulfillment of seeing patients impacted every day. The team we have, their heart is right there, and they treat our patients like it was their family, and that's just amazing to see. So when we have from hypertension, diabetes, obesity, COPD, all these different things are all related really to diet. There obviously is some that is accounted for from genetics, but diet is such a huge thing. And I think that it's a big gap in healthcare. In fact, if they would spend more money on helping people eat healthy, you would see healthcare costs fall significantly. I think tying our diet, nutrition together with health is critical. And you know, we hear about it a lot, but we don't actually, there's talk, but we have to have action.
I work here at the San Diego American Indian Health Center, and I've been here about 8 years now, going on 9 this year, and I love it here. I also do a lot of the artwork. I created a logo for the center, and we have behavioral, medical, dental, and wellness. I did some artwork, and then we turned them into a Photoshop, and then we did it big banners, and then we put them on the elevator wall there. I told kids here that it was sort of a thread that I've done throughout my whole life that I've been able to keep with me, because it's helped me get through a lot of things, and having my Native culture close to me, because it's who I am as a Native American Kiowa in my art. Some of the things that we do in art will actually help them to connect with what we're trying to teach them or show them. So it plays a big part in part of the Native culture here at the youth center. You know, we have a garden that we created, which is still growing, and we want to incorporate that into our meals here at the youth center.
I just had this planted by one of our patients. He wanted to contribute one of his plants. Over here we're having a tomato plant that is really growing well. I'm gonna have to put something up here to keep them straight, but they're just going crazy. So we're doing really good. That rain that we had has really helped. And over here, more donations by our elders, more beds getting ready to be planted. We have our lemon trees here. This is this is an orange tree. This is a mango, mandragon. And then anyway, we have some more. This is a lime tree, which is really good lemon tree. This is the citrus, Asian citrus. I hear this is really good. And we have more plants here, more irrigation set up for our beds. So we're getting ready to plant more vegetables. And of course, we have watermelon.
We also have nutritionists that help us to create foods that are healthy and native culturally, and we share that with our youth. The part that I really tried to get across to our youth and to the folks I work with here, that we really need to go back to the way we used to eat back before we were colonized, you know, and we used to eat off the land. We lived off of the animals that we had around us. It was just more natural, and it seemed like when we got colonized, we got, you know, goods that were, I guess, given to us by the government to really make the best of all that, and it kind of changed the way we ate and the way we lived and the way we did things. And so we want to really educate ourselves that there is food that we used to eat and that we used to live on that was really healthy for us, and that the native culture is gotten away from that. You know, we really want to bring that back, and that's why we have the garden. So there's a lot of benefits to having this healthy way of cooking and using the right foods, and the importance of trying to just find our roots where we can get into a better, healthy way of living. I think that helps us to let people out there know what we're doing. Some people don't even know about us. I was surprised how many people don't really know what we do here. We do this GONA, this gathering of Native Americans, and the first part of it is belonging. Then you can go into mastery, which is kind of like you're at the second stage of it. The third part of it would be interdependence. And then once we get to the part where we know about how we can use community to help us and we can help them, then we can give back and start helping others, and that's generosity. And then we use that as part of our native culture to help. And then along the ways, we're doing crafts, we're doing medicine wheels, we're doing exercises that might help them to understand what we're doing. You know, like we'll play games, we'll do little teepees. Sometimes we have crafts with teepees that kind of explore that area, you know.
The Health Center really embodies the values that are central to American Indian cultures, including respect for patients, acknowledgement of the whole person, and a focus on working together to ensure health for individuals and therefore the community. The Health Center strives to reduce health disparities among San Diego's urban American Indian community and other underserved communities. Those healthcare disparities are very real. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Native Americans experience significantly higher rates of diabetes, heart disease, liver disease, tuberculosis, yes, even in this day and time, pneumonia, influenza, and more sadly, issues related to suicide, homicide, and domestic violence. So you can see this service is critically important for the community.
In 1952, the Bureau of Indian Affairs established a relocation program that was to take American Indians out of reservations and Indian communities and send them into urban areas for employment training and vocational training. What they didn't think about was what kinds of services that you needed to make that transition from reservation life to urban life. And one of those was the health program.
So, like everybody stores stuff right here. Okay, Larry, come over and have a seat.
Okay.
Before we touch anybody. Hi, I'm Veronica Whitehorse. I go by Ronnie. I'm a nurse. I'm basically doing a lot of diabetes education. That's one of my focuses, and I'm also in charge of infection control in the clinic. Health disparities, a lot of it is overweight, and you can see that people tend to start to develop high blood sugars as a result of that, and cholesterol due to the diets that kids and people in general are eating every day. Some of the things that can contribute to that are like the economics, housing. If you can't cook somewhere, then you can't prepare healthy meals. Knowledge about healthy foods and even exposure to healthy foods. And also, I've experienced that some people don't cook. Cooking is kind of a lost art, so to speak. Most parents are busy. They're working 1, maybe 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and they don't have time to cook for their children, so it's cereal and whatever's packaged. And if they can get something at a fast food place, then that too. I have a lot of patients who are distraught, crying, due to the economics that they're placed with right now. They're struggling for housing, they're struggling for food, they're struggling to just maintain survival in this environment here. There are elders who, they're facing challenges because their health is starting to fail, and so their mobility and their dependency is being challenged. And that's very, very distressing to work with. Well, the food distribution helps a lot. It gives them access to better foods. The other thing is to demonstrate how to fix the food. Often I get patients who are like, what do I do with this? Turnips or greens. I mean, it's not food that's familiar to them, so they have no idea how to prepare it, or they don't have a place to prepare it. I've had patients who refused, or I should say declined, because they don't have any place to cook these foods. Well, Native people are very diverse. We're all over the country, and we all have different customs and different foods that we relate to. Showing them, what we have available and giving them what we have available will help.
When I started, it was just myself and a handful of assistants. And then over time, we were bustling. Our appointments were booked out so far. So we had to open up more rooms. So now we currently have 6 rooms and 4 dentists who are here regularly. Our team is about 22 members versus the 3 or 4 that we had when I started.
Hello, my name is Dennis Michael Castro. I've been coming here to the clinic for 20 years, and it's a fabulous journey for me because I used to be pre-diabetic, and they helped me with my nutrition. They had a special class here. I am with a change in diet that they gave me, I'm no longer pre-diabetic. About 3-4 years ago, I used to weigh 230 pounds. I'm now 158 pounds. They've really helped me in that respect. I've learned quite a bit. They're loving people, caring, loving people that take time with you. You know, you go to some hospitals or to some facilities, and it's like you're a number. You take a number, you wait, they kick you out within 10 minutes. But here they're more patient, which is fantastic.
In my family, I am an enrolled member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, and I've had a fair amount of diabetes in my family. My grandmother, who was full blood, my father, who's half, both my brothers, uncles who've been on diabetes. I've seen the effects. I've seen what it caused in their lives, and untimely death with one of them. I see in our community constantly the health issues that we face as a community, not just us, but everyone really. And so one of the reasons I think that I really got involved in this was I love what the clinic does. I love the fact that we're educating and helping people and taking care of them medically and taking care of their dental problems and their behavioral health problems. And, you know, for a lot of people, overeating or weight gain, eating the incorrect foods is a behavioral health problem. I know with myself, I've never had an addiction problem, but I recently lost 60 pounds and I'm on my way to losing the next 40. And I've done it strictly for my health because I've had a lot of health issues. I had one knee replaced and now I'm getting the other one done in about a month. If I hadn't weighed at least 100 pounds beyond what I should have been, it would have been easier on my knees. I have other health issues that are directly related to that and to the way I was eating. So I've done a lot of investigating on my own, and I can see clearly that education is really important, but I also know that with people and food that we have to find ways to get people interested in it and to pay attention. And I think that's the biggest obstacle to overcome in educating people.
I'm Jennifer Aquino. I'm a public health nurse here. I enjoy cooking healthy meals for my family. And so oftentimes I would bring in leftovers for our work friends and share it with them. And one day one of our former providers is like, "Hey, Jen, I'm gonna bring in this chicken." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I'm picturing Costco or Vons juicy rotisserie chicken, and I'm waiting for it, and he brings me this plastic bag of raw chicken, and it's filled with water, and I'm like, "I don't know what to do with this. What do you want? What kind of chicken?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't know how to do anything. Just cook." So Ethan and I get together and we put together, let's see, we have our basic ingredients of, garlic, salt, onion, pepper, and soy sauce. And it comes out so amazing. And before you know it, all the staff have picked it over and cut little slivers and stuff. And by lunchtime, it's all bare bones. And so from there, Healthy Kitchen was born, and we just realized, wow, this is amazing. All the staff come down here. They were talking, chatting, getting to know one another, and this is from every department. So it was such a positive experience that we wanted to carry that on every Friday. And so we also wanted to make everything diabetic friendly, heart healthy, full of protein, fresh vegetables, and fresh fruit. So what we love about Healthy Kitchen is that it brings all the coworkers together. Doesn't matter what department you're from, doesn't matter if you're only here on a Friday and we don't see you the rest of the week. We love that everybody comes down to join us, and instead of these separate teams, we all become one family, because that's what I feel like we are here. And that is our mission for our patients and also for each other. It's important to encourage a healthy diet. This is a clinic for people that are facing so many comorbidities, especially prediabetes and diabetes. It's huge here. So to encourage and to set examples for healthy food with our proteins and less empty carbs and more so fresh vegetables and fruit. I feel like that if we influence each other, and it is good all the time, it's delicious every Friday. That way we pass that on to our families as well as the patients. And I think it gives all of us motivation to just spread the word about that. And it's really important for all of us to team build and just come together. And these might be people that maybe you don't know their name, maybe you don't know too much about them. When we come together and we're eating and we're cooking together, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. So that's why I enjoy working here, but especially when we do have Healthy Kitchen on Fridays.
My name is Marian Elizabeth McIntosh. I am a nutrition educator here at San Diego American Indian Health Centers, and I do a couple of food demonstrations for the youth at the youth center, as well a cooking demo for our patients here. And I also do meet with a couple of our patients and provide a little bit of nutrition education using approved curriculum sources. I also bring in recipes that include traditional Native American staple foods. So for example, I have made Three Sisters soup, vegetable succotash, and I also include the kiddos at the youth center to follow me at the garden that we have here so that they're able to help me pick out the herbs and also as well as a couple of vegetables that we have. They really love the succotash recipe because I add in ground turkey and then I add in cumin, and I find that cumin, they think of the word human being. So anytime I make ground turkey and vegetable succotash, they say, "Miss Marian, are you giving me a human body?" I'm like, no, I would never do that. So I feel like they have a lot more fun with the succotash. And also just involving them in the cooking process, that really does help them being exposed to healthy foods and having fun with me as well. So there's a few strategies. One of them is using educational handouts. Those are a great strategy to spread knowledge throughout the community. Also doing cooking demonstrations for the youth and adults. Taking kids from the youth center to the garden that we have so they can plant vegetables is also a great way to start at a young age to adopt a healthy food choice and being exposed to healthy foods as well. And then a small intervention where we include the youth in making a healthy decision is allowing us to help our community too. By cooking meals that include the food staples of Native American cuisines, and enforcing the youth that today we can still enjoy such healthy ingredients in our meals in a modernized way. I feel that even using 1 or 2 ingredients that are staples of the Native American diet allows us to culturally connect with the youth, and for the youth to culturally connect with their food background, because it is part of them, it is a part of their background. And this as well is involving the youth during my food demos. That can also help expose them to cooking, using healthy ingredients, using ingredients that I'm sure their ancestors have used in the past, and they're still being connected with their history as well.
Today is Friday, so what we do on Fridays is that we do a Healthy Kitchen event. A Healthy Kitchen is when we share recipes between coworkers, and we cook for everyone here at the staff. Today I am doing a traditional Native American dish. It's called Three Sisters soup. Three Sisters are corn, beans, and squash. So I'll go ahead and I'll tell you the ingredients, and then I'll show you a little bit more about the steps to make it.
The ingredients for Three Sisters soup are as follows: 1.5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 3/4 cup of diced carrots, 1 cup of chopped onion, 4 cloves of garlic minced, 2 cups of diced squash, 1.5 cups of corn, 1.5 cups of cooked beans, 1 can of low sodium diced tomatoes, or you can even do 2 cups of diced fresh tomatoes, 3 cups of low sodium broth, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
All right, so it looks like our soup today is ready. Look at that. You can see that it's still very warm. It smells really good. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more. And this is the finished product, so this is Three Sisters soup. So you can see the corn, the beans, and the squash right here, another type of bean. You can be as creative as you want with this recipe when it comes to the beans.
Some people don't even know about us. I was surprised how many people don't really know what we do here. And they were even more surprised that we have a youth center, that they didn't hear about. So we are really pushing ourselves out there to let other people know that we exist and that we are doing something for our community, and that we have youth and that we have patients that are in the area that come here, natives from a long ways that want to come be part of our health center.
We're still alive. We haven't gone anywhere. Our language is strong, our culture is strong, our spirituality is strong. And we want to pass that on to make sure that we're not remembered in history books like many people are.
Until next time on Food for Life, stay healthy, San Diego.